Welcome to Sewing Wednesday. This is Lorene. I'm so glad you guys joined me today for on my YouTube channel. I've got a few things to show you. Only a few things this week. I'm thinking about going every 2 weeks because I'm working on some harder projects and they're taking me longer to sew because it's more coverage. I'm just let's just say challenging myself. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking about doing. So if you don't see me next Wednesday, just wait another week and I'll be showing up again. So are you guys ready to get started? I'm going to start this a little bit differently since Easter is this weekend, and I just love springtime and this time of year, and I've always loved rabbits. I've just had this thing about rabbits. When me and my husband first got married, I bought this little cement statue, this little rabbit to put in my little flower garden, and I still have that. I mean, it's kind of beat up, but I still have that little rabbit I've had for years now. And there was one time I wanted to buy a bigger one, and he goes, no. So yeah, I've had to keep a handle on buying my rabbits, but it doesn't keep me from making them. So I'm going to show you a few of my, well, actually one rabbit I've made. I'm not going to bore you with the rest of them, but this very first one I'm going to show you is very special. So, but anyway, welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to me and give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And like I said, I love to cross stitch. I've been cross stitching for about, oh gosh, almost a year now. And it's one of those hobbies that I've really enjoyed, and just keep on, my projects just keep on getting bigger, let's just say that. So anyway, are y'all ready to talk about cross stitch? But first, let me show you this rabbit. This was about 2 years ago. I was sewing by hand some stuff, and I saw this rabbit, this vintage rabbit that reminded me of when I was a little girl. It was blue, like a teal blue. And I thought I could make that, and I did. Wait till you see it. I made 2 of them. Are y'all ready? Look at this. Isn't that the cutest? This is my special rabbit. I call this my special rabbit. And like I said, I sewed it by hand, and I made 2 of them. And of course, the other one looked similar to this, not similar to this one, but not exactly like this one. I'm sorry, I should have brought some water in here. My throat is so dry. I'm just stumbling all over my words. So forgive me. Bear with me. So anyway, he's real special. And when my daughter saw the other one, she said, Mama, I want one of those. I said, well, you take one, honey. You can take one home and I'll keep the other one. So I wanted to share with you my special little rabbit. One of a kind. I just love him though. I keep him, I pull him out every springtime and Easter. I just do. So he's my special little rabbit. I'm gonna have to name him. I have to name him. Do y'all have any good names for him? Let me know. I need some suggestions. I'm gonna put my special little rabbit over there. And Harrietta, of course, I finished her last week. I'm gonna show her to you again because I'm not sure on my video if she had her bow yet. So if she did have her bow, just say, oh my goodness, she's cute. Just say, oh, I've seen her before, and just bear with me. But there she is with her little bow and everything. I just love Harrietta. She was a good stitch. It took me a little while to do it, like I told you last week. It was about a month. So even after I added her bow, I thought, oh my gosh, how darling is that? So Harrietta, she's good. She's good. She's good. She's looking good. I want to show you one more thing. I got so much stuff for spring. I just love springtime. I made this quilt last year. Me and my sister, one of my sisters, made it together. And hers is similar to mine. But we just went and got a coloring book. It's an easy coloring book for smaller children, like, 3 or 4 year olds. And the pictures were really large, and we just cut them out. And we made our, well, I'll just show you what we made. We just made this quilt, and we put is from a rabbit coloring book. We just cut out the page, the rabbit off the page, the baskets. Some of them we came up with our own self, our own design. So isn't that darling? That's the first 3 panels. There's 9 panels. And there's that one. Huh. This one cracks me up. Look at the face on that chicken. And the bottom one. Like I said, me and my sister came up with this little design. So it's really cute. And the back of it is just solid green that we sewed together. But I put this out every springtime. I'll keep it out through May. And I'll put it on the back of my chair, fold it up, put it on the back of my chair. Isn't that the cutest? I just love that. It just screams spring, doesn't it? So that's that. All right, remember that little Easter truck? And I was asking you guys for some advice because I want to do make a little box or something to put that little truck on for my grandbaby. He's only a little over 2, and I won't be filling it up with candy, but I'm thinking about putting some little chocolate chips that you would make. I want to be making some chocolate chip cookies for Easter, so I'm thinking about putting some little chocolate chips, just a few, in a little baggie, tying a little ribbon on it, and I'm going to stick it in this little box and I'm fixing to show you. But isn't that cute? I made this, and what it is a Christmas box, just a little Christmas box that had a little lid, and I took felt and I just hot glued the felt to the sides, and then hot glued the cross stitch portion on the front, and then I put felt around the bottom, put some rickrack around the top. Then this is a felt handle with a little bit of another piece of felt along the handle there. But isn't that darling? So like, I'm not gonna put any grass in there because he's so little. I'm not sure what he would do with it, but I'm just gonna put a little baggie full of chocolate chips that I'm gonna be using on chocolate chip cookies for him to munch on, so he'll have something sweet. But isn't that darling? So thank you so much. I know one of you guys commented in the comment section to make a felt box, which I tried making it, but since I had to make it so tall, it just kind of flopped over on me. So I ended up just using the felt and gluing it onto a box, and that worked out too. But that was a good suggestion. It's just that this was too big for me to do it with. I should have used something like some fusible stuff to make it stiffer, so it would have stood up. But anyway, this will work. This will work nicely. So, but there you go. There's my little Easter truck for my grandbaby. Okay, what I'm going to share with you guys with cross stitch is my 3 hardest projects I'm working on. Hardest, biggest, whatever you want to call it. And it's the ones that uses a lot of threads. So this first one uses 23 colors to make this. And it's been a while since I've shown you, so this one right here, the Christmas ball, uses 23 colors, and for a while this pattern was out of stock, but I did see it the other day on Everything Cross Stitch. I know someone had asked me where I got this from, and I believe this one was actually purchased out of an Etsy store, I think. But Everything Cross Stitch, I saw the other day, this was like 4 days ago, had it in stock. So anyway, if you're interested in getting this Christmas ball, go check them out. So, but this is what I've done so far on this one. I'm over here. I've been working on the present, not a teddy bear. Oh my goodness. Help me, Lord. Gingerbread. I need to take a nap. Gingerbread, Belle, and the Santa. That's what I've gotten done so far on this. But this is one of my harder ones, and that's what I'm showing you today, are the harder ones I'm doing. And there's 3 of them. And they just take longer to do because there's so many color changes. that's what I've got done right there. It's really pretty. All the shading and everything. Let me unfold it. I've got a little bit of, what is that right there? That's the star. That's part of the star right there. But isn't that darling? I just love that. I'm really enjoying the little bit difficult ones. It requires a little bit extra work. Don't ask me why. I know it's taking me longer to do them because of the amount of thread changes and everything, but the cross stitch when it gets done is just like incredible. I mean, it's like a picture, a piece of artwork. So that's one of the harder projects I'm working on right now. And also 14 count toast Ada. This next one is the one y'all saw last week. Be Mine. This one right here. Or it might have been 2 weeks ago. All the videos are running together now. Well, anyway, I did get to work on this one a little bit this week. And this one has 36 DMC colors, which is quite a few. But wait till you see what I've got done. Look at this. Last time you saw this, I was working, there was a straight line going across here. And I was working on him. I had part of him done, the bottom of his feet. And this week I was able to get the heart done and the rest of his feet done up to just above his boot top here, the top of his pants. But I just love the colors. What do you think about it? It's going to be so pretty. And this one's got all this back stitching going on too. See, it's going to have Be Mine. I mean, what's that say? I love you. And all this back stitching in here and right here. And there's some little beads that's going to go, the little buttons or little black beads are going to go right there. So, but it's going to be very, very beautiful once it gets done. I'll do the back stitching very last. But isn't that cute? Oh, I just love that. My husband was watching me do this. He goes, oh my goodness. He goes, that looks like a painting on a piece of cloth. I go, right? It does, doesn't it? He was impressed. Ah! I said, well, I'm so glad you're impressed. I'm impressed that I'm able to do that right now. Because these are some of the hardest things I've ever done. As far as cross stitching, oh my goodness. So, let me put this right here. Oh, I'm running out of space on this little desk. I may need to get me a bigger one. Okay, this next one. Oh, let me show you this project bag. I made this a while back. Before I was doing cross stitch, I did a hand embroidery. And I was working on vintage patterns. I would go and get vintage patterns off the internet and embroider them. So this is the frying pan running away with a spoon. Got something on there. I got thread, I got all kinds of stuff. But here you go. Isn't that cute? And this is the back of it. But right now I'm storing my largest project in here until I make me a project bag, another project bag. But this was the new start. I told you guys I was going to start it, and I did. Oh boy, are we having fun with this one. The toy box ornament, heaven and earth designs. Let me take it out of this clear stuff so you can see it better. There we go. This was a PDF download, but you can get the hard copy for a little bit more money. But I got this, and I asked for they had small design or large design, the graph, and I asked for the large design, which I'm so glad I did. It makes it easier for me to see the symbols. So anyway, so that's that. I started it. I've been working on it all week. Oh my goodness. It takes me hours just to get this much done because there's so many color changes. But I'm loving it. I'm just having to really concentrate when I'm doing it. But I started down here. Right here is where I'm working at. And I really can't tell much about it right now. It hasn't come together yet. So let me show you guys. First of all, let me show you my thread, how I've got my thread. Let me see, I'm looking to see 88 colors. This 10 by 10 toy box ornament calls for 88 different colors of DMC thread. And I thought, how am I going to keep that organized? So I'm not digging through 88 colors at one time looking for that number, because it's 3 pages of DMC colors that you have to look through. So what I did, I put them each in a baggie and marked the bag with a DMC thread color. And then I put each one of those baggies, I divided them up in 5 sections. And in each one of those, each baggie, I put in, what am I trying to say? I put in a larger bag and I labeled it. Like this bag is DMC thread 3021 through 3768. So I know if that number falls in within these numbers, it's going to be in this bag. So I don't have to look through 88 colors to find that one color. I may come up with something a little bit more easier, but right now that's how I'm doing it. So I've got, like I said, 5 baggies full of thread that I'm working with. So that's, like I said, that's the easiest way I know to do it. I've never done a project this big. And you know, I'm pretty new to cross stitch too, so if you guys have a better way of doing it, you people out there that's been doing this a lot longer than me, please let me know. I'm open for suggestions, really am. But I'm going to show you what I've got done, which I think is quite a bit. Now this is several hours. I didn't time my hours. I guess I should have timed myself to see how long this, you know, but I want to say it's at least 5 or 6 hours worth of work. And there it is. I believe that's her leg, and this is her leg. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like much right now. I'm hoping by next week or the next 2 weeks I'll have more done, so it kind of is, I mean, looking more like the picture, the image on the front of the pattern. But that's what I've done. This is 22, no, that's 22. What is this? 18 count. 18 count white 8 cloth that I'm doing this on, and the pattern calls for that 18 count and 2 strands of thread. So there you go. I love the colors. The colors are really darker than the picture shows, and a lot of color changes. A lot of color changes. Even in, if that's her leg right there, even in her leg, there's so many color changes. It's like, wow. So I'm so proud of myself. I've never done anything like this before. So I guess the hardest thing is that I normally watch television while doing this, and you got to really keep up with your counting so you don't mess up, you know, and get off count. So I'm having to like not watch anything that's going to really take my attention away from my cross stitch. It's got to be one, like my cross stitch buddy Carolyn said, listen, if you're working on a hard project, always watch a movie that you've seen several times before, so you don't have to concentrate so hard while you're trying to sew. You know what? I think that's a great idea. Great advice. Thank you. So that's it for this week. I do have a freebie, that one I was going to show you last week that I finally found. I've got it right here. Let me put this pattern back in this cover here. Here's the freebie for the week. Quiet please, cross stitcher at work. Isn't that darling? The only thing is, when I just printed it off, so little scissors down here, I just printed it off and I didn't print it fit to page. So I'm going to link this below, so when you go to print it off, make sure you click fit to page before you print it, or it's going to go off the page. So, but it's cute. At the top, it's got flowers too. I've just got it cut off, and I haven't had time to go back and make another one, print it out the right way. So you guys make sure you print it out the first time right. All right. All right, you guys, well, you have a blessed day, a blessed week, and have a wonderful Easter. I know I'm so looking forward to Easter. It's really a special time of year for me and my family, and as we celebrate the death and resurrection of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So, and I hope you are able to get together with your family and your friends and loved ones during this special holy time. And I hope the weather's good for you guys. Even go outside and just have a little picnic or Easter egg hunt or whatever you do, whatever way you celebrate Easter. So, but anyway, I'll probably see you guys, like I said earlier, in 2 weeks. Since I'm working on harder projects, it's taking me longer to even get anything to show you when I do these YouTube videos. So, well, I just speak blessings over you and your house, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. All right, God bless you guys. Bye-bye now.